Hey guys, this is Chris from Empire Bricks and welcome to my 2021 LEGO Star Wars Droid Army. So it's been quite a while since I did a Droid Army video. Some people asked for it in the comments, so I thought why not put together everything in my new home because a lot has changed. I have moved from the Netherlands to Sweden. I have my own LEGO room now, so lots of space and lots of ability to put up my Lego Droid army again, but there's also a lot of changes in the army, so let's dive in. The biggest changes that I've made is, as you can see, there is not as many vehicles in this army as in the last edition. And this is kind of the key about army building, I guess, is that you want a balanced army. You want it to look very good, and I thought that the ratio of vehicles to minifigures was kind of out of whack. So I've added less vehicles. Basically, the vulture droids or the hyena bomber droids are gone. I left out the MTT because it was really old and took up a lot of space. And I kind of focused on ground forces more than air forces. So even though there's two older vulture droids in this army. Another thing that has changed is that I've added two of my very own mocks. So as you can look, there is the droid landing craft, which I'm really proud of. And there's these two droid carriers. I think their official name is platoon carriers, if I'm correct. These are my own designs. And the good news is that both of these can be bought as instructions, but also as a complete kit. So I will leave a link in the description below to a website called buildamock.com, where you can basically just buy these as a complete kit with instructions from genuine Lego bricks, so no fake Lego or anything. It's a bricklink store that offers this service to consumers, and I think it's a really cool thing. So look in the link below for instructions and the actual kits of these landing craft and droid carriers. So that kind of changed. What also changed is that I have this really neat white table, and I was looking for a new way to display my army, and I kind of disliked the base plates that a lot of people use for their army displaying. However, it's kind of a hassle to put all the droids separately on the table. If you would just move it, everything would fall down. So I looked up a lot of these white longer plates and kind of positioned them in rows on these separate plates. So they're not actually on one large plate, they're on all these separate plates. It looks so much better, in my opinion. It's the white on white that kind of gives the illusion that there are no plates, that they are actually separately positioned. But it also gives you so much more freedom in displaying your army and just moving them around. If you would place every minifigure on a base plate, and you would like change your mind on how you would position them, you have to take everything off and then start over again, which would take a very long time. Just positioning this, as you can see it right here, took me at least 1 hour and a half to put all the figures on the separate plates, and definitely another hour just to put everything neatly in its spot. So a completely new way of doing this army. I hope you guys like it. If you would like to see the vehicles again, I can try to do that in a next edition. However, I would have to collect more minifigures first. But now let's go through the whole army and see what's in there. I've expanded a little bit in the droid army leadership, as you can see. So General Grievous is definitely new. And I think this older Count Dooku figure is new to this army as well. Even though I had him before, I think he was bagged up or something. And there is Darth Maul. Now I know they didn't kind of simultaneously belong to the Separatist army or the Droid army, but they both did. So in a way, I think it's good that they're both in here. So there's a huge number of the B1 battle droids. The total number of minifigures in this army is 290, so closing up on 300 minifigures here, most of which are the B100 battle droids. There's quite a few of these pilot droids as well. I didn't really sort them with the print or the unprinted version. I just put them together in front of the battalions of battle droids. There's 2 pilots in here as well, piloting the droid carrier. So having a closer look at the droid carriers, these are my own designs. You can find a video on my channel as well. It actually holds 32 battle droids each, I believe. So it's 8, 16, yeah, so 32 each. So there's 64 battle droids even undeployed in these droid carriers, and you can use this mechanism to connect them with the stud that's on their back, and it can actually fold inwards on both sides. I'm not going to do it because it's a little bit fragile using one hand, and I kind of flip them over so they look like they are deploying. But that's actually a really neat feature of these droid carriers that I designed, if I say so myself. Except for the regular battle droids, there is quite a bunch of super battle droids, way more than the last version of this droid army. I'm not actually sure where I got them, but I'm really happy that I did. There's a few of the rocket arm versions. I don't have any of the pearl blue, I think, versions, but they are quite rare, and I don't particularly like them, so I don't really mind. Some assassin droids here and there. The black ones are the elite assassin droids, and these are the regular ones. Even though I have way more black ones, why is that? Because they are quite easy to assemble. You just need basically the legs, because they are harder to get, but the body and the arms and all the other pieces are just regular pieces, so you can actually put together quite a few from your spare parts. Here is a small division of Geonosian droids, including their commanders, and some rocket droids, although if you look at them, you could basically consider them all Geonosian droids. And what I did with this army is, like, I kind of, at certain spots I put the droidicas in between. I like this way more than just putting everything together. I like this kind of mixed setup with some droids over there, some pilots over here, some pilots over here, a division of super battle droids there. So less of the regular way of putting everything together where they belong, but more kind of spread out in a way that looks more like, I guess, a real army would march. If you look at it, this looks way more like a real army, even though I have to admit I don't know anything about real armies, but it just looks more natural, I think. There's also 4 of these stabs, including their droids. I also mixed them together. 2 of the tanks, the AATs, I believe, an older one, and basically the Clone Wars version, but I still think it should be in here. 2 older Vulture droids, 1 of the Hillfire droids, and here are 2 of the Snail tanks. Don't particularly like those either, but I think it's really cool that they are in here. And then we get to the droid landing craft, which I think looks really, really nice. I put it on some transparent bricks just so that it hovers over the army. I think it's just the most amazing thing I've ever designed for the Star Wars line. I'm really happy with this one. It actually opens. Again, it's really fragile because it's on these kind of thin bricks, but you can open the front and add some miniature AATs or MTTs inside. It actually has some guns. Ooh, as you can see, it's really, really wiggly at the moment. So this army has actually grown from 232 to 290 minifigures, which is quite a lot. I didn't realize I got 60 more minifigures, even though it's like 2 years ago. Still, it's quite an amount. It's going to be harder to quickly expand this, though. As I said, I moved from the Netherlands to Sweden. Lego is way more expensive here under normal circumstances, but since COVID hit the world, basically everything that has the word Lego on it went up in price. So that same goes for the minifigure. So where I think 3 years ago you could easily get some battle droids for under €1 each, or under $1 each even. In Sweden, at least, if you use Bricklink, you have to pay at least $1.50 each. So that's quite an increase. It's only 50 cents per minifigure. It's not a huge amount in absolute money, but if you want to buy 30 of them, that's an increase of like over 50% on the total amount. So it's a lot harder to get. Also, there's not so much bulk Lego available in Sweden as there was in the Netherlands. So I will do my best to get some more, but for now, just let's enjoy this view. I'm really happy with how this turned out on this white table in this new setup. I'm really curious about what you guys think and if you have any recommendations for this army. I really hope you enjoyed this video as well. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.